Sanibonani Mzansi. I am your host Candice Kumalo and I welcome you to another episode of the Health from Mzansi podcast. As you all know, it's the month of love where hearts fly, chocolates are dished out and when flowers are watered once again. We dive into the messy and wonderful world of relationship. Today's topic might surprise you. We're tackling a question that can send shivers down the spine of anyone in a relationship. Why does healthy love feel boring? In this episode, we chat to Mr. Linda Yende, a relationship coach who will help us understand the psychology of boredom in relationships and also offer tips on how to reignite the spark without sacrificing the stability you've built. Mr. Yende, sir, welcome. Tell us a little bit more about yourself and what it is that you do.
I always struggle to answer this one. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, and for my sins, known as a relationship coach. I'm a married father of one. I have a 23-year-old daughter. Yeah, that's about it, man. I never know what else to say. I'm blessed to still have both my parents, and I'm one of two brothers. That's my entire biography, really.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yende. Why is it common for people to feel that healthy love is boring? And what are some reasons why this perception may arise?
People are generally attracted to drama when you think about it. And the biggest indicator of this is you're probably on social media. If you post something positive, something good that's happening in your life and in your world, you will get very little response from it. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. But go on there right now and say, oh, this bastard, he has made me angry, or he has cheated on me, or he has whatever. And see the immediate reaction from people. Millions of people will suddenly look like they care about you and about your well-being and about you getting through the situation. They're just attracted to drama. Similarly, there's a phrase that I love saying, and that is, planes that land safely don't make the news. If a plane takes off right now from Joburg International, goes and lands properly in Durban, that's not going to make headline news. But if a plane crashes, that's news. There's planes taking off safely every single day, but you don't get to hear about them. Similarly, in relationships, when everything is going smoothly, everything goes okay, you don't get to hear about it because that's not newsworthy.
That actually raises another question I have. So is it possible that this feeling of boring in a relationship is actually a sign of stability and security?
There's absolutely nothing wrong with what people may perceive as boring, but what I would call just a drama-free life. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a peaceful life and a peaceful relationship. There's absolutely nothing wrong with your relationship being your safe space and your comfortable space where you know that you are shielded from the world. People have just started painting that as boring because people are so attracted to drama.
Do you think there are ways in which individuals can distinguish better between healthy stability and genuine boredom in a relationship?
We need to get to a place where we learn to identify and we normalize good, healthy relationships. We need to normalize a drama-free existence, an incident-free existence. There's too many people right now who have come to create this image in their heads of what normal is. Involves extravagant things. And it's social media. We know this. Social media has created a perception that there isn't something amazing happening, then it means your life and your relationship is boring. If you're not on holiday in Dubai, and if you're not going out and doing these extraordinary things, then your life is boring and your relationship is boring. The reality is, relationships are one of those things that people tend to appreciate more when they don't have it. Yeah. So if you are sitting there and you are sad and you are lonely and you wish you had somebody by your side, then you get to appreciate the little things like sitting there and holding hands, sitting there watching TV. You appreciate taking a walk with a loved one. those are probably things you take very much for granted while you are in the relationship. Those are things you consider boring and old people activities until you don't have them in your life.
Do you believe there are any other strategies that individuals can use to inject more excitement into a healthy relationship without compromising its stability and healthiness and without feeling like it's boring?
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing more incredible than a foundation of friendship in a relationship. There's nothing more amazing than finding somebody with whom you are able to be yourself entirely. That's such a great start to a relationship. I always give the example that every time you hear something funny, you hear something exciting, you hear something stupid, you see something, you read something, the first person that you want to share it with is your friend, but it's never your partner in a relationship. Now, I'm saying to you, the moment you are able to share those sorts of things with your romantic partner, suddenly life remains fresh and it remains brand new because you always have these little things. I've always loved the idea of your partner being your best friend because it then says, you know what? You share so much more than just the relationship, because there's only so far that you can take a relationship. There's only so far that you can sit there and say, I love you. You're the sun and the moon and the stars to me and blah, blah, blah. As romantic and as beautiful as that is. But you can do that 1 hour in a day. What do you do with the other 23 hours if you are living together? If you have a friendship, if you get along well with one another and you're able to share laughs and you're able to chat about this and that, you don't even realize the passing of time when you have that kind of friendship with one another. Make the relationship your own and you will never struggle with outside pressure of love lives here and pictures on social media and this, that, and the other. You will make it your own 100% to the point where you are unaffected by what other people have. Too many people are so focused on what's missing in their bowls because they're busy looking in the bowl of the person next to them. Focus on what's here in front of you. Appreciate what's in front of you, and you will have a fulfilling relationship.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yende, for those wise words. Are there any words of advice to someone out there confused about the misconception of feeling bored in a healthy relationship?
I would just say in closing that you get to decide and you get to be the architect of your happiness. And there's no truer expression of this than in how you are in relationships. There's a lot of people out there looking for a happiness that doesn't exist inside of them, and they're looking for it in people out there. So start with having a healthy relationship with self, and then start sharing your life with other people. And you'll see that two happy people make a happy couple. If you're a miserable person, you are not going to be part of a happy couple. And the problem might be you. So do some introspection.
Thank you so much for joining this week's episode of the Health from Mzansi podcast. To find out more on being the healthiest version of yourself, visit healthfromzansi.co.za. Or you can send us an email to hello@healthfromzansi.co.za. This is the Health from Mzansi podcast, and your ears are always invited. As we've all heard, it's important to find friendship and someone you can be yourself with entirely. Stay healthy and fancy. I am your host, Candice Kumalo. Until next time.